Hello. I welcome you to the presentation of the architectural program Idea 24. In this video, we will see basic functions of design and editing in the engine of CAD. The user has the ability to choose the way of appearance of the menu that they prefer, that is, ribbon or menu bar, by right-clicking on an empty space above the screen of design. In the same way, the quick toolbars can be activated from the options for CAD and Idea. Finally, there is the ability to choose the language of the menu appearance by running the command menu params. After we make the basic settings in the interface of the program, we can start the creation of a new drawing. From the central menu for we select New, and automatically a new window of design opens. With the command Save and Save As, we can save the file in the location that we desire, and the work is saved as a file with the extension DWG. Drawing commands. The basic commands for 2D design are located in the Home menu. In the first group of commands, we will encounter main drawing commands, such as line, polyline, circle, arc, etc. Suppose that we want to draw a line. We first activate the command and then, using the cursor, we provide the first insertion point and then the second. Alternatively, if we know the length that we want to draw, after giving the first insertion point, we type the length and press Enter. Finally, with the Escape key, we exit the command. In a similar way, we draw the remaining entities. At this point, we should highlight that auxiliary tools for drawing are located in the bottom right part of the screen. In this status bar, the user can enable or disable options, such as orthogonal or polar drawing, grid usage, grips, line thickness visibility, and more. Modify commands. In the next group, we will encounter commands that help modify entities. We can easily move, rotate, distort, and change the scale of the design entities. Most of these commands work in the same way. That is, after I first define the command, I select the entity, and by pressing Enter, I can, for example, move it or copy it to the desired location. 3 other useful commands for modification are trim, cut, extend, lengthen, and offset. An easy way to organize and manage your drawings is to create layers, in which you will assign entities. When a drawing becomes more complex, you can manage entities through layers. In this way, we can temporarily hide layers, change color, thickness, or line style, as well as printing properties. By opening the Explore layers, I noticed that the program already has some layers, which are useful for 3D design, which we will see in a later video. However, the user can create their own layers. By selecting New, a blank slot opens, where I can assign a name and define the layer's characteristics. Once we have created the desired layer, we are ready to draw. The current layer I am drawing on can be seen either from the Layer menu or from the Properties panel, where I can manage general characteristics of the selected entity. Edit. In the Edit menu, we see useful design commands, such as copy, move, undo, rotate, explode, and others. It is worth highlighting the following commands. Copy Entity Formatting Command. We can apply the properties of one object to other objects. The Explode command breaks a complex object into separate entities, e.g., a block. In the next Editing tab, we will see basic drawing commands that we saw in the previous command group. Here, it is worth focusing on Entity Snaps, where the user can enable or disable the snaps they desire. This process can also be done from the status bar at the bottom right side of the screen. "3D Drawing." We move on to the menu 3D Drawing, in which we can design three-dimensional models from entities. The types of three-dimensional models that the program supports are wireframe models, which consist of lines and curves, by designing lines, arcs, polylines, and other two-dimensional entities. Surface models, which consist of edges and the surfaces between these edges, by applying elevation and thickness to two-dimensional flat surfaces. 3D solids, which appear with their volume and consist of three-dimensional entities from surfaces and edges. We can define the current elevation and the thickness with which we design from the menu settings. To observe a three-dimensional design, we use the methods that we will analyze in the menu view. Insert. From the menu Import, we can make an import of block and other data such as PDF files, DXF, DWF, IFC, ASCII, image files, and others. We can see the external references that we have connected to the drawing inside the External References Manager. In this window, the user has the ability to attach, detach, unload or reload an external reference. In the Annotate menu, we will see how to insert texts and dimensions in our drawing. For the creation of text, there are the following ways of insertion. With single-line text, where we define the point of insertion, the height, and the inclination of the text. As a multi-line text that consists of one or more lines of text. This paragraph adjusts within a restrictive frame, boundary, the width of which we define ourselves. The variables of the text, such as the font, the height, the italic or bold, underline, and so on, can be set either from the text editor or directly from the Properties panel. When we add a text in our drawing, it uses the current text style. The text style defines the various variables that we mentioned. Each drawing has a predefined style that is called standard, and the user has the ability to rename and modify it. If we change some variable of an existing text style, then all the existing text entities in the drawing that were created with this style are automatically updated with the new characteristics. Dimensions. The dimensioning tools allow the quick addition of measurements to the drawing. We can create basic types of dimensioning: linear, angular, diametric, radial, and reference. The program designs the current layer using the defined dimensioning style. From the dimensioning style, we can define the text style and the colors of the various components. Also, there is the possibility of creating a new dimensioning style by the user, as well as modifications of an existing one. In the View menu, we encounter commands that we often use during the editing of a drawing. For example, in the floor plan of a drawing, we can do zoom in, zoom out, displacement, pan, focus, zoom, rotation. Naturally, these commands can be simplified with the use of our mouse. Also, there is the possibility of using predefined views, but also creating new ones by the user. We can save and restore these views, either by using the View command or by using the Drawing Explorer provided by 4M. Model viewports. When we create a new drawing, it is displayed in a single viewport. We can have a view of the design in a second viewport or even split a viewport into multiple ones. There are two methods for splitting a drawing into multiple views. Opening a viewport of an open drawing. Splitting the current viewport into multiple ones. After splitting a viewport into multiple ones, we can control each viewport separately. For example, we can zoom or pan in one viewport without affecting the presentation in any of the others. Therefore, we can create up to 4 viewports in the layout we choose and save it. Coordinate system. When we create entities in a drawing, they are defined in relation to the existing Cartesian coordinate system of the drawing. Every drawing has a predefined coordinate system called World Coordinate System, WCS. We cannot delete or modify this system. The drawing can contain additional coordinate systems, but each has its own coordinate origin and orientation. We can create as many user coordinate systems as we wish and then save or recall them whenever needed. To create our own coordinate system, we select the way in which we will define the coordinates, for example, with 3 points, setting exactly 3 points in the drawing window. Then, with the Save command, we can save the system we created by giving it a name and seeing it in the Coordinate Systems tab. Export. In the Export menu, we can export various types of files and save our drawing. Here we also encounter commands that transition to printing, which we will analyze in a later chapter. Tools. In the tools, it is worth highlighting the commands distance and area, with which we can make measurements on the drawing. In the management options, the user can make general settings concerning the program and the drawing. Express tools. In the Express tools, it is worth focusing on the Explode Attributes command, which provides the ability to break apart the attributes of a block, maintaining the layers and converting the values into text,